One ring was lost for thousands of years. Now, destiny has placed the ring in the care of an unlikely creature, a hobbit, Frodo Baggins. Along with the help of his friends, Frodo set forth on a perilous journey to the land of Mordor to destroy the ring in the fires of Mount Doom. But the Dark Lord Sauron has again emerged, and with vengeance he commands an army bred but for one purpose, to destroy the free peoples of Middle-earth.
Who could ever forget the battles of Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, and the Black Gate from director Peter Jackson's memorable The Lord of the Rings movies? Those are all epic moments from what is already one of the most beloved movie trilogies of all time. Well, now you can experience these battles for yourself in the new real-time strategy game, The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth, EA's newest strategy game that lets you rewrite the history of the War of the Ring. While the game doesn't quite match the epic size and scale of the movie battles, it's still a very big game. There are two campaigns that allow you to control the armies of both good and evil in the battle for control of Middle-earth. The game spans across the entire trilogy, starting with the events in The Fellowship of the Ring and ending with The Return of the King. There are basically two portions to the campaign game. There's a turn-based living world of Middle-earth that lets you control armies on the map. You'll decide where you want to attack with your army, and then you'll drop down to the beautiful real-time battles. These battles play out as conventional RTS levels, but with a twist. You'll still construct bases and gather resources, but the game is designed so it's not just about economic production. You can only build on certain points on the map, so you must go out and seize them in order to take the fight to the enemy. Win the battle, and you'll take control of that province, as well as the various bonuses that it possesses. You'll also build up a huge army in the game, and one of the nice things about Battle for Middle-earth is that these armies travel with you from map to map. In other words, the army that you have at the end of one battle is the same army you'll bring along with you at the beginning of the next. This not only gives you an added incentive to preserve your units, rather than throw them away in a climactic battle, but also that your heroes and regular units can rise in experience level, making them even more powerful than before. There are 4 playable races in the game, each representing the major factions of the movies, and they play out a bit differently from each other as expected. On the side of good, there are the Rohan, which are the supreme cavalry, and then there are the Gondor, which specialize in defensive fortifications. On the opposite end, Mordor can produce an almost endless amount of orcs, whereas Isengard can deploy the fearsome Uruk-hai. Each side feels just right, and the designers didn't have to make up new units for each army. So the result is that the game feels very much like the movie. The Battle for Middle-earth also features heroes, which are the main characters from the movies. These are Aragorn, Gandalf, Saruman, Gollum, and Eowyn. Each of them is fairly powerful, but not powerful enough to overwhelm and unbalance the game. If we have one concern regarding heroes, it's that they straddle the middle line between usefulness and hassle, because they're a bit too easy to kill, and it's easy to lose track of them in the chaos of battle. But never fear, if you lose a hero in battle, it doesn't mean he or she is gone for the rest of the game. If we have one complaint about the battles, is that there's not a lot of variety in them. Even though they take place on different maps and such, they're all still basically the same as you slowly attempt to wear down the other side through attrition and numbers. A key feature in the game are the powers of the One Ring and the Even Star. These include the ability to summon a group of elven allies instantly on the battlefield, or, if you're on the side of evil, the mighty Balrog. Once to use, these powers recharge slowly, so you can only use them sparingly. When on the attack, you can usually win a fight for a strategic location by unleashing all the powers at once, and then going on defense until the powers recharge again. The 2 campaigns for the Battle of Middle-earth are quite big, and don't be surprised if a single campaign consumes more than 30 hours. Whereas most scripted real-time campaigns run about 10 to 12 missions, a campaign in Middle-earth will easily run you about 20 to 30. And when you're done with those, you can look forward to the skirmish and multiplayer portions of the game. But with the multiplayer, you have the cunning and unpredictability of a human opponent to contend with. EA also deserves credit for its new online browser, which automatically searches for an opponent based on ping and skill level, so you don't have to peruse a server browser. As befitting its source material, the Battle for Middle-earth is a huge game, and there's a lot of good gameplay to be had in it, and while the game suffers from a few flaws, it's still a quite enjoyable romp throughout Middle-earth.